Hi everyone, good morning. Nora here. Hope you're all doing well. I was talking to a few of my clients this week and they were telling me that last week, coming up towards this weekend, was quite difficult for a lot of them. I was trying to explain to them, a little bit about the moon and, what was going on there. But also, that there's a lot of stuff going on that we need to release at the moment to keep the flow moving. So I was asking them what kind of physical ailments they had, what kind of mental worries they had, what kind of emotional worries they had. And it got me to thinking about some work I did quite a way back with Louise Hay's work. And it was just work for my own personal development at the time. And it was just sort of learning how mental thoughts and emotional thoughts manifest in the body. And a lot of people know this, and a lot of people realise, if I'm thinking too much, I start to get headaches, But I'm going to sort of explain some of it to you from the opposite way. So I'm going to mention a few physical ailments, and if you're not sure why you have those physical ailments, so it could be you have a bit of a neck ache, but you're not sure why you have a neck ache because you haven't pulled your neck or anything like that, you haven't slept wrong. So it's really in the work of Louise Hay, she tries to explain to you in the Heal Your Body book, I think it's Heal My Body or Heal Your Body, she explains to you that when you start to release some of the things that cause this ailment, the ailment will go. So let's take an example. So I'm going to read, I have a few written down here, so I'm going to read them out for you. So the first one we'll look at will be the shoulders. So I always say to people, you're carrying burdens on your shoulder, they feel heavy, what do you need to release? So the words of Louise Hay. Shoulders represent our ability to carry our experiences in life joyously. So if you're burdened down, you're not carrying them with joy. We make life a burden by our attitudes. So think of your attitude to something. So maybe your attitude to COVID, or your attitude to the neighbour who's just walked very close to you with the dog, or something silly like that. And it might really annoy you. And then the next day you feel a bit stiff in the neck. But I'm not saying it always brings it on, but this is just a hypothetical thing. So that neighbour might have been avoiding something else, or their head might have been somewhere else, not knowing where they were going. So they might have a lot of stress on their mind that we don't know about. So just to let things like that go. Let things go that don't matter. Let things go that are just an annoyance, because why hold on to something? Why let yourself feel worse than you can? We need to keep the flow moving at the moment with everything that's going on around us. The one thing we must keep doing is have a flow and a movement of energy, and to let everything keep going, because we need to be moving and flowing like an ebb and flow. We need to have, if our body is restricted that we can't go a certain amount, we need to be able to visualize what we're going to be doing in the future. We need to have hope. We need to have feelings towards where we want to be in the future. We need to be open to the outcome. And if we're closing ourselves up with these stagnant thoughts, we're not open to the outcome. If you're open to the outcome, that's when miracles occur. If you're open to the outcome, so knowing something is going to be okay, but not quite knowing how, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you know how or not. Knowing it's going to be all right is putting that energy out to the universe. Okay, so let's do shoulders. The shoulders, I'll just read it to you. Shoulders represent our ability to carry out experiences in life joyously. We make life a burden by our attitudes, so watch our attitude. So think of an affirmation now that we could say that would make us feel better or release stuff. Okay, you say, I choose to allow all my experiences to be joyous and loving. So I choose to allow all my experiences to be joy and loving. So if someone cuts across you, just bless them and let them go. Okay? So that's the first one. So then, if anybody has sinus problems, Sinus, you love this. It's irritation towards one person. There's someone who's pissing you off, or there's someone who's getting on your nerves. Okay? So, it's usually someone close. All right? So it could be the old man, or the old woman, or the old partner. Doesn't matter who you're with. It could be a child, it could be a friend, you know. In this day and age, of course, the way things are going, we get on each other's nerves. We just need to give each other space in life. There could be someone that's really annoying you, maybe that woman who keeps cutting across you. Could be anybody, but we need to let that go. That's when we have sinus problems. Okay, now I'll tell you something funny. This week past, I was getting a lot of my hay fever symptoms, and I don't really get very strong hay fever, but I actually had to take antihistamines a few days this past week. I'm not taking them now, but I did. But I was really annoyed with a couple of people in my life that were very, very close to me, and the reason being that you're getting on each other's nerves. Okay, you're having to do too much for certain people. You're used to having your space, and it's just annoying, you know. And lo and behold, when it was all gone, my sinus problems had gone. So I don't need my tablets. It wasn't really sinus, I don't think. I think it was the physical, the emotional stuff. Okay, so if you have sinus problems, this is what you should say. I declare peace and harmony that dwell in me and surround me at all times. All is well. I declare peace and harmony that dwell in me and surround me at all times. All is well. Okay, so now we're going to go to another one. So let's go for, what would be nice? Let's go for if you had an abscess, tooth abscess, groin abscess, abscess on the leg, you know, wherever you could have one. You can have abscesses anyway. So think of an abscess. So how would that affect the body? You know, it'd be very painful, be stuff coming out, wouldn't be a very nice thing. Okay, what are abscesses? So in an energetic way, the probable cause for these: fermenting thoughts over hurts and slight revenge. So I'll say it again, fermenting thoughts over hurts. So where you've been hurt, you're letting that energy fester and poison. So you're not letting it go, you're letting it get worse and worse. Okay, so fermenting thoughts over hurt, so it's where we've been hurt. Okay, and there's slights and revenge with this, where you want revenge. So you're not letting go because you want revenge, but your best revenge or your best energy would be to let it go and not let it have a hold on you, not let it bring you down, not let it destroy you. Okay, so what would we do if we wanted to change the thought pattern? Our affirmation would be: I allow my thoughts to be free. The past is over. I am at peace. I allow my thoughts to be free. The past is over. I am at peace. So think of your life as a bottle. I say this to lots of my clients. So think of your life as a bottle. It's full to the top at this moment in time, this exact second. So everything is in there: the beauty, the joy, the wonder that you've had in your life, the happiness, the love, also the crap, the shite, the rubbish, the hurt, the pain. How can any new come into this bottle if it's full to the top? You need to let go of what doesn't serve you any longer. And some of the bad thoughts do not serve you any longer. Some of the past sell-by date stuff doesn't serve you any longer. So you need to let that go. So now, aches and pains, general aches and pains. Longing for love, longing to be held. So I'm guaranteeing that most of us have aches and pains somewhere, with all this stuff going on where we can't hug, we can't hold hands, we can't, you know, hold our loved ones that are not living with us. So aches and pains. I mean, sometimes I get up and my legs are stiff in the morning. You know, when I walk, I'm fine, or when I've done a bit of yoga, but it's things like that. I'd love to have a cuddle of my sister, but she's in England, you know, or my niece or whatever. You know, the other people around me I can cuddle because they're with me. So how can you make that feel better? you start loving the self. I love and approve of myself. I am loving and I am lovable. I love and approve of myself. I am loving and I am lovable. So stress now, adrenal problems. So these are your adrenals, solar plexus area, stomach area as well is involved. So adrenals are stress, okay? So defeatism, no longer caring for the self and anxious, being anxious. What you would say to help yourself with this, if you're feeling anxiety or you're not looking after yourself, that's how I was a bit last week. And I felt defeated. I felt I should be the one being strong. And then when I wasn't strong a couple of days, I was kicking myself while I was down. I love and approve of myself. It's safe for me to care for myself. I love and approve of myself. It's safe for me to care for myself. So we have one more. Now I've picked the liver because the liver is where we hold anger. Liver, the seat of anger and primitive emotions. So if we leave our anger long enough in the body, it turns from anger as well to resentment. And we start taking it out on the wrong people. And we're telling people we've forgiven something or let go of something, and inside we're not, we're letting it fester into that poison that came earlier. It's the seat of anger and primitive emotions. So what do? We think of the affirmation. Love and peace and joy are what I know. Love and peace and joy are what I know. So you could actually put your hands here, close your eyes, take a deep breath. Love and peace and joy are what I know. Love and peace and joy are what I know. Love and peace and joy are what I know. Love and peace and joy are what I know. Then if you can't get a hug of those you love, one hand here, one hand here. Love and peace and joy are what I know. Love and peace and joy are what I know. Last one, love and peace and joy are what I know. Hope that helps. Hope it picks you all up a little bit. If there's any part of the body you're having problems with and you want me to look up and see what the affirmation could be for that, give me a ring. Okay, love you all.